Hei! Tervetuloa kanavelleni. Tänään puhutaan Suomesta mennään. Well, don't worry, my Finnish actually only goes so far. But to translate it, like today I will be sharing stuff that is considered pretty crazy in rest of the world, but pretty normal in Finland. And I think you will pretty much enjoy it. So let's jump into it. Number one, and that is wife carrying competitions. Now, Finland actually has a number of crazy and weird sports. You might have heard names like, for example, swamp soccer or killing mosquito competitions or air guitar world championships where you have like an imaginary guitar that you're, like playing. But the oldest of them is actually a wife carrying competition. The event is actually quite simple. You just carry your wife or your girlfriends on your shoulder as a man and go through this particular obstacle course. So where did this weird sport actually come from? The legend has it that in Sonkajärvi, where these championships are held every summer, there used to be a robber who would only accept comrades or troops who could actually prove their worth with this challenge. The most interesting part for me is actually the prize. Winners of this contest don't just really get a trophy, but actually their wife's weight in the form of beer. By the way, the competition also has prizes for most entertaining couple, the best costumes, and the strongest carrier. Now, I don't know what you think about it, but as a personal rule, aside from this competition, I personally believe that regardless of any culture or country, a man should always be strong enough to lift his partner. What do you think about that? I mean, let me know down in the comments. Number two, and that is babies in boxes. So let me give you some context. It is 1930 and Finland is suffering from severe infant mortality rates. Almost 100 children per thousand are actually dying for many reasons like infection, poor sanitation, and harsh weather. Don't forget that Finland is actually really cold place. So in 1922, a volunteer by the name of Mrs. Ilmi Halsten, working at the Mannerheim League for Child Welfare, had this idea of a baby box for essentials. With the help of a pediatrician, they actually got some textiles from Germany, sewed them together, and then load them to like these expectant mothers. And there, this concept of a baby box was born. Now in 2024, the package has 39 different products for newborn babies, including clothes, outerwear, baby hygiene products, and most interestingly, the box. Yes, the box actually doubles as the first cot for the babies because it comes with a duvet, a sheet, a mattress, and a blanket, which means that you can use the box as the baby's first ever crib. Now, I told you about the infant mortality rates in Finland, and Finland has actually really drastically reduced them from all the way to 90 to less than 5 children actually die per 1,000 births. That is how great nations think. They focus on their next generation, and despite the fact that the results might not be so evident in their lifetime, they still do it. Number three, and that is traffic fines. So imagine this, you are in Finland, you just bought a brand new Lamborghini and you're testing the limits of your car. When you suddenly see the red and blue lights in your rear view mirror, your heart sinks and you realize that you had broken the speed limit. The police comes, notes down your details and hands you over a ticket. Only in this case, the ticket is 121,000 euros. Now, the traffic fine in Finland are not just based on the severity of the fine or your past history, but it also depends on the income of the driver. And this has resulted in sometimes like outrageous fines, as I told you above. This actually happened to Anders Wickloff, who is a 76-year-old chairman of a big, rich company which is worth more than 350 million euros. But this is not actually the world's like highest fine. Switzerland, which operates on a similar income-based system, is believed to have imposed the highest ever traffic fine, which is like 3,600 francs for a day for 300 days, or about 1.1 million euros. This was for a Swedish motorist who was caught driving, like exceeding the speed limit between Bern and Lausanne, like 1.1 million euros. Number four, and that is absolutely crazy, coffee consumption. Finns actually consume more coffee per capita than anywhere else in the world. On average, Finns consume 12 kilograms of coffee a year, which roughly translates to about 3 to 4 cups a day, and consuming 8 to 9 cups of light roasted coffee are considered completely, absolutely normal. In fact, Finns actually have different names for different times that you are supposed to take coffee. For example, there is this aamu kahvi, which is morning coffee, which is päivä kahvi, which is day coffee, which is ilta kahvi, which is evening coffee. There is sauna kahvi, which is sauna coffee, which is mitalli kahvit, which is a medal coffee when a Finn has worn like a sporting medal. And then there is this vaali kahvit, which is election coffee drank after voting in an election. I actually came across one interview of a person that mentioned that they actually drink 30 cups a day, and it boggles my mind how can this be so common. So I wanted to understand the reason for why Finns consume so much coffee, but I couldn't really find a particular reason. Some people say that it is due to like the dark and cold days, but the same is actually true for Estonia as well, and Estonians don't consume as much coffee as Finns. Some people say that after the Finnish independence in 1917, people actually wanted to associate themselves more towards West rather than towards Russia, and Russians predominantly consumed more tea, so Finns wanted to distinguish themselves and decided to have coffee. But whatever the reason, I mean, Finnish coffee consumption is kind of crazy. Number 5, and that is probably the most well-known thing about Finnish people, is that lack of emotions. I once joked with my Estonian friend that if you ever want to feel what Estonians seem to us foreigners, then you should go to Finland, because you will feel the same as a foreigner feels when they first come to Estonia. Having lived in Estonia for more than 10 years, I know really well the lack of emotion, and it is very difficult for me to explain it to you in just words. So I want to show you something. Have a look at this video. So in any other place or any other country or any other culture, this player would have torn his shirt off, or at the very least done something like this Ronaldo style. Like, look at his face. Look closer at his face. Like, there's barely any emotion. One of my favorite writings about Finnish people comes in the form of a very old blog post about a Finnish man and how he really spends a day. It is one of the most hilarious pieces that I've actually seen on the internet. I'm putting down the link down below. You should definitely read it. But there is one passage that I want to share with you. When Saturday, Finland man goes to sauna. Throw 7 packets of water on rocks. After sauna, have appointment in bedroom with woman. Not show emotions. Finland man is like this. When women at home ask about love, Finland man not answer. Finland man say, this we already talk on the altar, not show emotions. Finland man is like this. Normal in Finland, but completely crazy everywhere else. Thank you to all the people in Finland and abroad who saw this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you have any further ideas which other countries should I talk about, let me know down in the comments. Take care.